Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Nimbatus with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to our little stabilized drone from the previous video. Now, in today's video, we have a very simple thing I want to accomplish, because I have a really limited amount of time. I have just got back from England after visiting my cousin, as I mentioned in the previous video, and I have maybe 2 hours at absolute most to record this, edit it, and start uploading, because I really want a video out either on very late Sunday or very early Monday. After this, everything goes back to normal and normal sized videos will continue. So the goal today is to make a secondary drone we can drop, which will then harvest resources below us or simply dig into the core, one of the two. So what we're going to need to use, of course, is the decoupler, which I believe is over here. There we go. The decoupler can go... Actually, let's just connect it to here so we can put it far lower. Don't really know why I'm putting it that low, but let's just go with that for now, and you can be shift. So when I press shift, anything attached to this will simply drop, and let's just test that to make sure that is indeed how it works. So test, and... okay, so it does actually keep the decoupler on that craft. That's good, and will make things a lot easier for me. There you go, couple of missiles for you. So that's a good thing we've already learned, and you can now go away. So how are we going to do this? If we have a lot of these, it would probably be beneficial to start using things like the logic splitter, which I believe would mean I could have a directional sensor down here connected to thrusters, and it wouldn't connect to the thrusters up here, which of course could cause this to tip horribly. In fact, let's test that theory out, because I could be wrong, I really could. Like I've said before, I have no experience with logic gates and stuff like that. It's all new to me, so hopefully people watching who are in the same sort of position will benefit from me stumbling around a little bit blindly. There we are. No, good, no. Is that because I twisted that? Of course it is. I mean, really now. There we go. Silly me. My fault with that. Okay, that's right around. So... ooh, that'll be a good test then. If we kept it the same keys as well. Well, we have to do that, because if we keep it on other keys, it won't even need the logic splitter. Okay, so 1 is if it's turning to the to the right, left is 2. So 1, 2, there we go. Just add a couple of fuel tanks so it actually works. There we are. And then add a couple of thrusters. This will probably be a little bit too much thrust, but sure, it's fine. There we go. And one final. So what is it again, just so I'm definitely correct? Right is 1, so if it's tipping to the right, we of course want it to go the opposite way. So, you and you, correct? Yes. Then if it's going left, we want you and you. Now that should hopefully split this from this. Now here's the question, will it split it now or only after the decouple has actually happened? It looks like, actually it's a little bit hard to tell since both are so hyperactive. Okay, after watching it for a while, it's clear that this is not affecting the main thrust, which is absolutely perfect. Which I guess is kind of needed, because otherwise we would have to drop this instantly. So there we go, we drop it, and it's a little bit shaky, but that will just continue straight down for a very long time. So all we need to do now is convert this into something more functional. So what I want to do is make this into a very small drone which can carve to the center of the Earth with this guy following it. So we simply go behind it and we protect from any enemy while it does all the hard work and cores out the world. Make sense? It makes sense to me at least. Who's my little droney? Let's give it a shove. That's really hard to flip, considering it's mostly just thruster. Okay, so let's get to work then. One thing a lot of people did mention to me, which I wish I'd thought of in the first place is, rather than having the lasers straight down, having them at an angle instead, because this way, we're sort of causing a cross formation, which is cutting everything in a sort of... What's the one I'm looking for here? Semicircle, it's cutting it like this, rather than cutting it like this, so we need less lasers to cover the same amount of ground, because these are really effective versus the ground. We don't need one per single laser length. So, I guess it'd be best just to have the lasers kind of maybe even along here. So we have 2 there. Can we fit 2 there? Oh, we can, and it fits ever so snug as well. Let's make people a little bit happier than in the last video, since I was really short on time in that video. I was literally recording it on the day I was going back to England. So, yeah, lots of mistakes made it through. There we go, that's what I wanted. Correct, they're both facing the same way, I believe. That's like that. Now, just to make sure that these lasers won't go off when I'm firing my weapons. Yep, that's clearly blocking it, so now if we let go... Yep, the weapons still don't go off, even though they're on the same key. So really, really useful having the logic splitter here. I would just test removing it, but clearly that would cause a few problems, since I would have to rebuild essentially everything. Just for the sake of testing, here we are, the same setup, except for this time, it doesn't have the logic splitter. Firing a weapon, as you can see, that happens. And then, let's test it out as well when we let go. Let go, and... oh, it still stays connected, so the logic splitter's even needed for when they are separate. Well, now we have learned a lesson. And now, let's make this a lot more stable, add some weaponry to the bottom, and then we're essentially done with that. And our little baby drone can go for its first proper test. Okay, it's time for the final little test, then we'll go to the planet and see if this indeed worked. I'm really, really hoping it has. Okay, so, yep, still stable, and I'm just flying, at least in very small amounts. It definitely causes a bit of a pendulum effect, but that's to be expected with how we built this. So we drop it, and, yep, it's exactly what I wanted to see. Now, we probably need more sensors than I've added, you know, only 1, but that does seem to be exactly what I wanted to see. Although it does seem to really like running out of power. Well, I guess the only way to find out then is to go into the real world and see if we can burn it into little bits. Just one last check, and... let's go. The suspense is killing me. Once we have this proven, then we can start really getting complex. This is still the basics, like I've said a million times now. Ow. I'm really noobish at stuff like this, so this is really a journey of me learning as well. I think there's a hive down here by the looks of things. Yep, there it is. Let's kill that first. And drop. I will protect you, little friend. Look at that. Uh-oh. They're the exploders. Also, I just realised I'm not using the better version of the missiles that I unlocked in the last episode. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, this is a larger planet than the one we were testing on before, so it will take a little bit longer to get to the core. Some people were a bit confused as if I actually got to the core last time or not. The reason is some of the thrusters were removed too, so we were spinning a bit more than you would otherwise see. The best way to tell if you're at the core is threefold. First of all, the camera changes. Hello. Second of all, you can watch the sensor, and that will indicate if you're orbiting the... ooh, that looks bad. Orbiting the core itself. And finally, there's no gravity at the center of the core. Come on. There we go. I think this little guy will actually probably start spinning because of how the sensor's done. Yep, as you can see, and then needless spinning. Even though all of the thrusters are still working. And we can spin with it to make the maximum dizziness, or we can spin against it to make people really upset. That works out really well. Just no effort at all to get to the core. So let's go ahead and destroy the transmitter, and then we're all done on this planet. I really want to unlock some more of the epic weapons in the future. Ah, bad, too far right. Ooh, there we go. You guys are so irritating. There we go, there's your hive down. Still absolutely in love with the homing missiles, though. Just that mouse control, it feels so satisfying to use. Oh, sadly, looks like there's another one of those larger hives again. Hello, hello. There goes you. Where's the transmitter? I must have gone the complete wrong way to find it quickly. And there goes you as well. I wonder if I could add 3 of... bad. 3 of those drones, which I used today, to just this craft. There we go. 1 on the left, 1 on the right, 1 underneath. Then drop them all and make a huge bore into the center of the world. That seems good to me. I'm also saying the word world so much today, it's starting to become really weird. There we go, finally! Hello, transmitter protectors. And we are done! Return back to the mothership. Ooh. EMP rocket gun, you do say. Sticky bullets? Huh. Well, obviously, we're gonna quickly test you guys out now, aren't we? Let's just replace the regular missiles with those very, very quickly, and then we'll replace them again later. So the rocket gun... Yeah, these are the gun towers, aren't they? The rocket gun, the rockets act more like regular guns anyway. It's just that these have some buffs to them. Let's just replace these 4. Pop these on. Make you mouse 2, just 'cause that's easier. Mouse 2, please. No. Right, yes, mouse 1. Because the other one is mouse 0. I keep forgetting that. I am so slow at this. I love these types of games, but I will never claim to be good at them. There we are. Oh, that's really good. They don't even follow your mouse. Now, that sounds weird, like why would that actually be a good thing? But the reason is, if we ever have a drone that we want to be able to protect itself... Oh, wow. So what's happening there? So after a set amount of time, which apparently is a really long amount of time, they explode. And do they always shoot extra bullets, or is that just a... Maybe some of them are going into the thing itself. Either way, that's really cool. You can sort of lay traps. Don't think I like them as much as the regular rockets, but still. Oh look, they even stick to the enemy. Does that mean after a while they'll detonate? There we go. It's stuck on him, and eventually, pop. That's really cool. Fun type of weapon. Probably never going to be used by me. So with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Nimbatus is a series you wish to see continued in the future. And yes, I did briefly forget the name of the game right then. So, after this episode, there will be more normal scheduled programming on the channel, just over the weekend with my cousin having a baby and everything. It's been a little bit insane, and I am really tired right now. So thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and goodbye.